Now at 11, nearly a deadly stabbing caught on camera. We talked to the DJ who was attacked, who says he is lucky to be alive. Plus, it is never a good time to get robbed. Well, one local business is asking for the community's help after an attempted theft causes thousands in damage 10 days before Christmas. And later, a new study looks into how to better communicate the dangers of youth concussions. But first, we're going to take a look at the weather as we have only 10 days until Christmas. It has been a cool and gray day for most of our Sunday, with the rain moving in this evening. Thanks for joining us at 11 o'clock. I'm Art Edwards. Celine Stevens is here now for a look at the weather. Celine, you say this is going to last for maybe a few more days?
Definitely a few more days, Art. Yeah, we're looking at a considerable amount of rain moving our way, and even right now, it's we saw some sprinkles coming down already, some rain as we've gone later on to the evening. It's 45 degrees out there, a little wet as well. Winds coming out of the east at 10 miles per hour. But here's what we're really looking at. As you can see, over the last few hours, again, that rain really started to pick up over the last couple of hours. You're still seeing the snow and ice, of course, in the Cascades, and this is really going to be affecting us through at least Wednesday. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot more where this came from, and the one big thing we really want to point out is this. So that winter weather advisory we saw yesterday for the Oregon Cascades has been upgraded to a winter storm warning. This is going to take us into Tuesday, and that's because we're expecting a considerable amount of snow, pretty heavy snow in that area. We could see up to 20 inches by Tuesday morning, and also the passes expected to be impacted. Along some of those passes, Santiam, Blue Box, the Willamette, we could see up to 2 feet of snow. So it's best to avoid travel in that area if you can, at least for the next couple of days. The Washington Cascades still seeing a winter weather advisory. So keep that in mind if you're headed to that area. Again, for us, we're still seeing that precipitation all the way through Monday. You'll see the first sign of a break we get is Tuesday evening before Wednesday. Another system passes through the area very briefly, a little bit more rain. And then finally, Wednesday evening, things start to clear up for a few days, and then we restart the cycle again. But we'll talk about all that a little bit later. Art?
Thanks, Celine.
I I was like, am I going to live? And one of the dudes grabbed me by my face and he grabbed me. He's like, you need to stay awake until we get to the hospital.
Tonight, we are hearing from a local DJ 1 week after he nearly lost his life while performing. John Adams was able to speak to him today as he continues to recover in a local hospital.
Duncan Allen was performing last Sunday night at Casa Diablo, a vegan strip club in Northwest Portland, when he says one of the dancers stabbed him. We have surveillance video that shows the stabbing. A warning to viewers, some of the images could be disturbing.
I was standing in the DJ booth. I felt like a 500-pound man, what felt like that, punched me in the back, basically, 4 times.
To Duncan Allen's surprise, he says he saw 29-year-old Peyton Lathan stab him. She was dancing at the club that night. Allen had worked with Lathan only a few times before and says previous encounters had been professional. As Lathan left the building, Allen alerted other workers to what had happened.
Half the girls were obviously shook and started freaking out, but the other half of the girls were instrumental to my survival.
Allen realized the attack had pierced his lung, collapsing it and causing it to fill with blood. Co-workers tried to stop the bleeding and called 911.
I was fading in and out of consciousness, because my blood loss and oxygen loss. So everything around me was getting blurry. Everything was getting white. People's voices like that.
Allen says all he could think about was staying alive for his dog Stone.
I just had to constantly think of him. Just stay alive for Stone, stay alive for Stone, stay alive for Stone.
First responders arrived in a matter of minutes and stabilized Allen on the way to the hospital. Lathan was hiding outside the building with 2 knives when police found and arrested her. Lathan will be indicted on Tuesday on multiple charges, including attempted first-degree assault.
She's a danger to society. She's a danger to the industry.
Allen had surgery to cauterize the wound to his lung. He continues to recover in the hospital, but hopes to be out in a few days. He wants to give special recognition to the dancers at Casa Diablo who assisted him after the incident.
Sex workers are equal to every other person out there in this world, and they have every right to be loved and be treated like human beings, okay? And if it wasn't for them, I would have died. So I want to say thank you for them, and it's very important that they get this recognition.
Allen still isn't sure what caused Lathan to attack him, but says she is dangerous and hopes the DA's office will take this case seriously. Back to you.
Also developing tonight, an investigation is underway after a body was pulled out of the Willamette River. The body was found around 11:30 this morning on the east side of the river near the Morrison Bridge. No more details are going to be released until the medical examiner's office has identified the body. In Aloha, 4 people were hospitalized with minor respiratory issues after an unknown exposure at the Intel campus. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue and its hazmat team were called to the campus at about 9 o'clock this morning. Crews did not find the source of the exposure. We have some new information tonight about a missing persons case from more than 3 years ago. The Cowlitz County Coroner's Office has recovered the body of 32-year-old Terry Shinover. Shinover had been missing since April of 2021. Last Saturday, law enforcement was called to pull a vehicle out of water on Dyke Road in Woodland. The tow truck driver ended up pulling a different vehicle with a person inside. Dental comparisons confirmed it to be Shinover. The coroner's office believes that he drowned after his vehicle went into the water. And in Coos County earlier this week, the law enforcement raided a home and uncovered an illegal drug lab plus an arsenal of weapons. The investigation started last month. On Wednesday, officers served a search warrant on a home on Highway 101 in Bandon. Among the findings, more than 2,000 suspected psilocybin mushrooms, marijuana growing equipment, plus nearly 50 weapons, as well as some grenades. Officers identified one suspect, 50-year-old Matthew Hoagland, and also found what they call co-conspirators who were unnamed. A local bottle shop is asking for the community support after thieves were caught on camera trying to steal their ATM. It happened early this morning at John's Market on Southwest Multnomah Boulevard. We talked to co-owner Paul Petros, who said that the suspects weren't even successful in taking the machine. Instead, they rammed into the building, rammed it multiple times, and then left without taking anything.
No money. They didn't even take a 6-pack of beer. They just smashed in the front of the building. They ran into my bike rack over there and then drove off.
They did cause thousands of dollars worth of damage to the building. Petros says police are looking into this, but he also acknowledges that there's only so much that they and the business owners can do to prevent this.
We all keep coming together as a community and trying to really pull each other together and hold each other up and hold these people accountable as best we can in our own ways. And they might be small, but they can all add up to maybe making it a little bit better for everybody.
He also said their Multnomah location is staying open with a boarded up storefront for right now. He's also thanking the community for its support throughout this incident. And in East Portland, fire and rescue crews are looking into what caused a trailer to catch on fire. Crews were called last night to the area of Southeast 102nd Avenue and Southeast Ankeny Street. They found the trailer on fire and then it started to spread to a carport. They put out the flames without any injuries. The cause of the fire is unknown at this time. Sometimes it takes a good story to get someone's attention. That's what University of Oregon researchers found when they studied the best way to educate parents about youth concussions and how to prevent them. KGW's Libby Dowsett has the results of their unique study.
The results of the University of Oregon study show the best way to alert parents about the dangers of youth concussions is with a good firsthand story of someone who's had one and scientific evidence to back it up. Concussion protocols have improved over the years.
When parents today played sports, they went right back out there, but we know how important it is to not go right back out there.
Now scientists recommend longer periods of rest and recovery after a head injury. But University of Oregon Associate Professor Autumn Schaefer said based on surveys, some parents still disregard the risk for children who play sports.
The more pressure a parent puts on their child to succeed in a sport, the less likely they are to want to follow some of the concussion protocols.
U of O researchers recruited more than 500 parents with school-aged children from across the country. Schaefer and her colleague Jessie Abdenauer from the U of O School of Journalism and Communication studied the best way to educate parents about concussion risks and how to encourage parents to improve prevention policies.
It's important that you tell people a good story, use examples, and explain the science behind it.
They did that by showing parents different documentaries and videos about students who received concussions playing soccer or football. They found parents who watched the videos with personal stories and scientific facts were more willing to trust that information, talk to their kids about concussions, steer children toward safer sports, and encourage kids to rest after experiencing head trauma.
They need that rest for a week at least, or 2 weeks, because the risk of a second concussion, if it happens soon after the first one, that can do more damage to the brain.
The study is funded with the U of O Faculty Research Award. Next up, one of the professors plans to expand that research in a study with rugby players in New Zealand. Libby Dowsett, KGW News.